welcome back adventurers to Let's Play Baldur's Gate. Now that we've purchased our equipment here at the Candlekeep Inn, we can now start exploring our surroundings. Now first we have an errand from Firebeat Elven here to retrieve an identify scroll from Tethtoril. He is the first reader of Candlekeep, and some often mistake him for being the Magister of Candlekeep. That is Gorion, who basically rules on high from Candlekeep. Now we need to find Tethtoril, who is, I believe he's wandering around somewhere. He doesn't appear to be over here. Maybe we can head over this way. He's wandering around somewhere. Let's talk to one of the watchers. I was in one of the great spires of the keep last night, and saw the strangest sight. The horizon was aglow for a time, as though many a man carried torches in the distance. Usually there are only merchants on that path, but never at night. Bandits perhaps, but so many? Bandits on the Sword Coast. That is not good. Yeah, the Sword Coast is not a friendly place, and if you actually read the history of the Sword Coast, it is actually rather interesting.
The great lizards of the north shall descend with fire and fury.
These people down here
a great host
are
will come from the east like a plague of locusts.
That's the voice of the
So
east.
saith the wise Alando.
It's the voice of the
When
north.
conflict sweeps
The
across
Lord
the
of
voice of the
murder
waves,
shall
south.
perish.
the great lizards of the
fall in the
north
year of the
shall descend with
turret.
fire
A
and
great host will
Enchanted.
come from the east
They
like a plague of
basically
locusts.
sing
So
the
saith the
prophecies
wise
of
Alando.
who is the seer and founder of Candlekeep. He had a lot of prophecies, many of which surprisingly came true, so it is never wise to discount any prophecy from or attributed to Alando. But yes, Alando is the man who founded Candlekeep, and I actually don't know that much about him. And where are you? You have to be around here somewhere.
Greetings,
There
young
you
one.
are. That is Tethtoril. Firebeat has sent you to me, hasn't he? Very well. Return the scroll to him, but then you must hurry and speak with Gorion. He is waiting for you on the steps of the central library. I assure you, child, it is a matter of greatest urgency. Tethtoril is a very wise man indeed, as wise as Gorion is. And there is the Identify scroll, which is a divination scroll. When the spell is memorized, go to the history page of an unidentified item and to identify it. The chance of identifying the item is 100%. The spell identifies the item's name, what it does, and also if it is cursed. It is very handy to have. Yes, there are cursed items in this game, and they can only be removed with the Remove Curse ability, which makes them very annoying. There's a watcher on their rounds. It wouldn't do to mess with the lore of Candlekeep, much as I don't
Not a
really
problem.
care for it. And anyway, we have Firebeat's
It's
identify
hard to
scroll.
find decent folk nowadays.
Ah, I'm glad to see that age has not hardened your heart towards an old man such as myself. I'll take all of your identify scrolls. I have great use for these types of scrolls. Here, allow me to cast a little spell on you. It will protect you from any evil you might meet tonight. And we are now protected from evil. And we also got an item, a potion of healing. When wholly consumed, this potion restores 9 hit points to the person. The effect is instantaneous, and the potion is destroyed in the process. We can actually have this in our quick items, just in case. Now, protection from evil. Well, this particular protection from evil doesn't
Not a problem.
last long. But, anyway, there's some more watches over here, and there's a woman, another mage of Candlekeep.
Hello there.
Her name is Flydia, and I'm not gonna say this in a feminine voice because my voice would break. Hello. Hey, have you seen my copy of the history of Halrua anywhere? You know how I can't stand the constant shuffling of arthritic feet in the library, so I thought I'd get a bit of fresh air here, east of here, and oh, I hate being so absent-minded. Please, if you find it, I really do need it back. Dear absent-minded Flydia has lost another of her books, the history of Halrua this time. Last time she was at Candlekeep, she lost an entire 4-volume set in the hay we keep for the cows. Unfortunate, but not entirely uncommon. But it actually gives us a good indication to go searching for the book. There's a building over here, a priest's quarters, according to this cycle over here. We're not going to go in there for the time being. We actually want to talk to this man.
What do you need?
His name is Drippin, and he looks after the cows here at Candlekeep. Flydia left one of her books in there again. It's in the hay there, beside the cow. If you could run it over to her and then come back, I've got some plans for you. Wonder how she actually managed to lose a 4-volume set in this these bales of hay, although there are rather a lot of bales. There is the tome, The History of Halrua, which has an interesting tale. Halrua was settled centuries ago by wizards fleeing the Faerûn in what was to become the Anauroch Desert. The first wizards came in unique flying ships invented by the Netheril, and found a beautiful and rich country settled only by shepherds and large herds of aurochs and wild wrath. It was here that the wizards decided to make a stand, should the Faerûn follow. The Faerûn never did, but Halrua has had to defend itself from attacks by all of its neighbors since then. Now I have absolutely no idea what the Faerûn are in the Forgotten Realms, but the Netheril. The Netheril is a name that I am actually familiar with. Many years ago, the Netheril were basically a nation of wizards that invented and developed very powerful magics. Unfortunately, as the legends go, one of their number grew too powerful and created a spell that kind of drew power from the weave, which is the existential, mystical, magical field that from which magic is drawn and shaped into being. Unfortunately, the spell didn't just draw magic from the weave. This spell actually drew from the power of the guardian of the weave, the first goddess of magic, known as Mistral. This drained a lot of Mistral's power, and the resulting cataclysm ultimately drove the Netheril to essentially extinction, I believe. But also led to the events that would lead to the second incarnation of Mistral, the goddess of magic known as Mistra, who is the goddess served by the likes of mages such as Death Toril. But anyway, on with the reading. Over the centuries, Dambrath has attacked and raided Halrua's ports and borders multiple times. Once, led by a magic-resistant barbarian, the Dambrai occupied all the country south of Lake Halrua. They were defeated in battle by the great archmage Mycontil, who slew their barbarian leader. 40,000 Dambrai attacked and were stopped by 500 Halruans. More than 200 Halruan wizards, including Mycontil, died in the battle. The last attack upon Halrua was less than 100 years ago, though the Talath passed by the power-hungry king of... No, not though. Through the Talath passed by the power-hungry king of Lapalia. No, that is Lapalia. He had allied with bandits from the wastes, though this time the Halruans were able to field a larger force, including fighting men as well as wizards in their skyships. The attackers were easily routed. Halrua also suffered through a civil war about 5 centuries ago, when a number of mages advocated beginning new experiments in magic, ones which even the Netherworld didn't approve of. The renegades were driven from the region, but went on to found the land of Thay, or so it is said in Halrua. And the less I say about the Red Wizards of Thay, the better. I have no desire to actually deal with the Red Wizards of Thay whatsoever. Since then, Halrua has been at peace. They have declared no war. They have had no declared wars, though it still suffers raids from Dambrai pirates, bandits of the wastes, savages from the Mahar jungles, and any other pirate, raider, or hungry wizard who thinks that magic and wealth grows on trees in Halrua. This constant raiding has made the Halruans very defensive, warlike, and traditional. The people say that since wizards have always led them, wizards always will. You may not be interested in the history or the flavor text of the Forgotten Realms, of which there is quite a lot, especially here in Candlekeep. But there are some books and repositories of knowledge that are actually interesting and add to the understanding of what happens in the, or has happened or will happen in the Sword Coast and the Forgotten Realms. But for now, let us return this tome back to Flydia and do a very good deed.
Hello there.
My book. Oh, you remind me of Gorion when you grin like that. Raising you has been hard on him, I know, but he says it's a toil of love, a toil of destiny even. You must be a very special child indeed to draw such praise from a man of his silent nature. Here, take this little gem of mine. Perhaps Winthrop will give you a little something for it. He lost the book, but regained gem. Poor absent-minded Flydia gave me a gem for her returning her lost book. Candlekeep, it seems, continues to defy all laws of economics. The more books it holds, the more valuable they become to those who read them. The greater the supply, the greater demand. Bah! All this thinking is making my head hurt. Time to pawn this gem and get something useful for it. Lynxi gem. Lynxi is a specific type of labradorite, a feldspar gemstone. Labradorite, as a class of stones, is pale to dark grey and has patches of coloured reflections. This flash is commonly blue, but can be of all shades. Green flash labradorite is called lynxi in the realms. But what we want to know is, how much is it worth? Probably a few gold pieces if Winthrop was interested in it. But I believe we also gained some experience from that. We actually we have 100 experience now.
It will be done.
Need quite a bit more to...
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Now we can sell this gem to Winthrop, which is 7 gold pieces. Not bad, really useful. And now that we've done that, we can make our way back to Drippin and see
It will be done.
his errand is. So that's 2 errands we've done now in Candlekeep. And of course this will be our 3rd errand for dealing with Drippin. Candlekeep is a nice place to be, although it is rather strict with its draconian entry rules there. You may remember the joke that Winthrop said in the previous video. If Olrond had heard that, he would have had a connection, because the actual price for entering Candlekeep is not a 5,000 gold piece book entry fee, as Winthrop suggested, but a 10,000 gold piece book entry fee, and the book has to be so exceptionally rare. How rare do you think it is? Well, technically it's a book that Candlekeep doesn't have, and considering the fact that Candlekeep has quite a lot of books in its library, having a book that Candlekeep doesn't have is...
What do you need?
Yeah, the odds are quite great. Nice day, ain't it? Too bad Nessa here ain't enjoying it though, her being sick and all. I need to get her one of them potions of antidote off all. He stayed up drinking last night, and got hauled out of bed to man the gates early this morning, so I bet he's got a few of them lying around somewheres. So we'll need to speak to Hull while he watches at Candlekeep. Nissa the cow is feeling a bit under the weather today. Drippin's asked me to get a potion of antidote from Hull, who's been posted to the gate this morning. It appears Hull has been using them to avoid his morning hangovers, so it seems like Hull and perhaps some of the other watchers drink a lot of
I should have
mead.
joined the army.
Hey, look, there's nothing to see here. You don't have anything useful for me at all. Let's see if there's anyone here in this priest quarters.
Hello?
And it appears there is someone. Oh, goody goody, I've gone and found you first. You're the ward of Gorion, no doubt. I am. What can I do for you? Oh, our encounter shall be quite simple for you. Plainly put, I've made it my mission to end your life. Success will mean a little respect among my peers. So you see, you can do very little except die.
I'll crust your face, I will.
And we have combat.
Make you...
And we struck him for 3 damage. He's got a dagger, I have a short sword. Let's see which one of us wins this contest. Have at you, sir. And it appears I am the victor. So I had a short sword. I actually did quite a bit of damage there. And I claim as my prize this lovely dagger. I claim your dagger as my trophy, good sir. I take this gold from the priesthood. Yes, I know it's not lawful. I'm chaotic good. I might leave the hammer though. I don't particularly need it, and I think that might get suspicious if I sell it. And it looks like Powder has heard the commotion. Rashagas, you've cut yourself above the bow. There. What is wrong, child? Something in your eyes tells me that something is very wrong indeed. I think you're meant to actually get hit by Shank's dagger at least once for that for this to actually make sense. But 'tis but a scratch. Let's just leave it at that. Oh, Potter, there was a man in there. He smelled like the stables, and he tried to kill me. It was horrible. I'm not going to lie to Potter. Never lie to our benefactors. Hurry then, child. Equip yourself at the inn, and go join the Gorion on the steps of the library. I had to sense something like this might happen. he goes inside there to deal to our late assassin. Somebody wishes me dead. Gorion is right to think we are no longer safe here, though I have no idea why someone would want to cause us harm. The attempt on my life may have been laughable, but I fear there may be more threats to come. I have a very strong feeling about that. But that was our first bout of combat, and we were victorious this time around. Over here is a temple dedicated to Ogma, the Binder, the god of knowledge here at Candlekeep, who is worshipped here along with Mistra, the goddess of magic.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Indeed they do, priest of Ogma. I am pleased to see that you have taken the time to pay tribute to wise Ogma. I was wondering what you had to offer at this temple of wisdom. Now the interesting thing here to note about temples, and especially religions in the realms, is that the gods, or rather, to use the technical term, the powers of the realms that each of these religions and temples worship and venerate, these deities actually do exist. They actually have a physical manifestation in the realms, and they often interact through their followers. But sometimes this is not always the case. But temples, basically, they provide services such as healing, such as cure light wounds, dispel magic, remove curse, and cure serious wounds, slow poison, and raise the dead. Of course, they do these at rather large cost. Here we have, we can donate money to raise our reputation, which we're not going to do. We definitely don't like throwing away good money. Gold pieces don't grow on trees, you know. Anyway, we have other services. We can buy potions, such as the potion of healing and elixir of health, which is a much better potion in my opinion. The elixir of health is a powerful healing mixture designed to cleanse the body of all impurities. First it cures all poisons, then once the system has been purged, the imbibed is cured by 10 hit points to speed the recovery process. Elixirs of health, very useful, very expensive. We have an antidote. As the name implies, this potion will neutralize any poison which the imbiber is currently suffering the effects. The cleansing is instant and the potion is usable only once. We don't have enough gold pieces to buy an antidote, so we'll need to get one of Hull. There's a stone to flesh scroll. This scroll will remove the effects of petrification from anyone afflicted by such an unfortunate condition. Simply approach the victim who has been turned to stone, read the scroll, and target the statue. It's good for dealing with petrification. And temples can actually... we can actually identify stuff here at the temple for 100 gold pieces. We don't have 100 gold pieces, nor do we have any unidentified items at the time. Now, I'm going to go down here. Before I talk to this man, I'm going to equip my quarterstaff because I don't want to hurt this man too badly, because he is a friend. His name is Jondalar. There is a reason why I'm equipping my staff. Hey there, Rasgast. I see you're up early this day. Well, your father Gorion has asked me a strange favor. Seems like he wants you to learn some fighting and asked me to be the teacher. So I hope you brought your staff with you. Indeed I have. I have it here in my hand. Now, a little bit of out of character here, of immersion breaking. Hostile creatures have red circles around their feet. Left-clicking within the circle will direct you to attack me. You can switch weapons with the quick weapons icons. The weapon outlined in green is the current weapon. Attack with fists only, empty quick slot, only if you wish to knock your opponents unconscious. You don't have to worry about that with me, so use your staff. If you have magical abilities, try casting a spell at me by left-clicking on the spell icon at the bottom of the screen. Left-click on one of the spells that come up and cast it on whichever target you want. I just hope you have an offensive spell memorized. During our fight, I'm going to spring a little surprise on you. Remember, you can hit spacebar anytime and pause the game. This will give you time to think, especially once my little surprise comes up. Are you ready now? Good. And there is Jondala's little surprise, his friend Eric, who is armed with a bow. As you can see, I've hit the space bar, which is pause the game for the time being, which gives us an option to gauge the situation at hand. Now, we don't need to actually attack Eric at this point, but we need to focus on Jondala. But an interesting thing to note about pausing the game is that if you pause the game and you want to go into your inventory screen to do something, the game is no longer paused on the screen. You can't do anything without in the inventory screen and not get damaged. It won't allow you to do this. This is actually pretty realistic, and we've actually taken quite a bit of damage. Well, we haven't taken any damage, but we were actually doing some damage. I dealt 2 damage. You did good, kid. Especially after Eric started firing those arrows at you. I'm sure your father would be proud. You should go talk to the gate warden if you want some experience in fighting with a group of people. You can find him just south of here. Out there it can be pretty important to know how to fight with allies at your side. And Eric and Jondala disappear. And I'm going to equip my trusty short sword again. Yeah. There is a level of realism. So if you're trying to do everything in the heat of battle, just know that there are consequences for doing so. Which actually adds a touch. It's something that I actually like. This man over here is
By Moradin's hammer!
I thought I told you to get in, clean the rats out of this building yesterday already. Up to it. Get in there. This is Reevor's storehouse. Let us venture inside. And I should actually check the journal here. I should have actually done that before. Reevor has once again pressed me into service in his storehouse. All reports suggest that our feline forces have turned traitor and the rats are on the offensive. It appears that I am our last hope in the face of such an awesome display of power. Farewell, dear journal. Farewell.
With ease.
Our deadliest enemy to date, rats. Actually, they're not that deadly at all. They only yield 1 experience point, which is rather unfortunate. But as we mentioned, the cats are doing absolutely nothing to deal with the rats whatsoever. So we need to provide a little bit of motivation and do their job for them. That was actually pretty difficult and taxing. There's a ring in here, which is, I believe it's the only item here in the storeroom. A ring is a small band of precious metal that is used as jewelry. Some rare rings have had enchantments placed upon them that confer various magical abilities. These rings are highly sought after, especially by those of the adventuring profession. Just like the necklace, we can actually wear the rings. We can actually wear 2 rings at the moment. But we're going to sell that anyway. Farewell, kitty cats.
Will be done.
It was tough work, but somebody had to do it.
By Moradin's hammer!
Ah yes, kill them like the rats that they are. A glorious battle unlike any in this world has ever seen. Here's 5 gold pieces, don't spend it all in one place. 5 gold pieces and 50 experience. Mental note. Don't join the armed forces. They never inform you of the full danger when you enter, and they always pay you squat when you leave. Brevo gave me all 5 gold pieces for putting my life on the line in there. Isn't there a Candlekeep People's Revolutionary Front I can join somewhere? Sad to say there isn't, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. That was the threat of the rats threatening to overwhelm Candlekeep dealt with. Yeah, that was not very difficult at all. This is the gate, and this man here is the man we want to see. And he's sounds very, very tired indeed. Hey kid, I woke up late this morning and left my sword in the barracks before going on duty. If you want to get it for me, it's in the chest at the foot of my bed on the right side of the barracks. Quick now, before the gate warden catches me without it. You also find an antidote there. I think the weapon needs one for old Nessie. Hull, one of the ever-present watchers here in Candlekeep, forgot his sword in the barracks this morning. He has asked me to fetch the weapon from its resting place in the chest against the right wall. You forgot your sword. I have no words.
Our rules are very strict.
And a very good morning to you too, Gate Warden. Soon be gone with ye. Gorion asked me to teach you a bit about the fine arts of mass combat before you leave. Can I pique your interest with it, Rashtagast Greyhelm? Yes, Gorion's in a hurry, Gate Warden, and I'm afraid I can't spare the time. Sorry. Are you sure, little one? It would be best he took the time to learn it now rather than catch the ignorance later. Gorion himself asked me to do this deed, and I'll not offer it to ye twice. Whatever little knowledge I have, I'm sure it will be sufficient, thank you. Besides, Gorion will protect me should we encounter any trouble. He is a senior mage after all. But the Gate Warden is not convinced. Aye, ye be as you always been then. Worse than trying to talk sense and order into himself. Now there be duties that need attended to, and I'll not suffer a brat like ye any longer. Goodbye, Gate Warden. Now, the Gate Warden, if you agree to the training, there is a room here that is run by a man called Ob the Illusionist. And basically it's a tutorial of party combat.
I should have joined the army.
Thankfully quiet here today as usual. I hear there are problems outside though, something about an iron shortage. Yeah, I heard the same thing too. There's actually a building over here that I missed the first time around. You can actually go inside here. I actually did not know you could go in here.
Not a problem.
But in here there are people lying down, and there's a man over here.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
And it's another priest of Ogma. So, are you sick? Well, you look rather healthy to me, but you can never tell. Do you need potions or such things? Yes, that would be nice of you. Alright then, take this potion. And we've gained a second potion of healing. I will not say no to a second potion of healing.
Excuse me, but I'm late for my classes.
And it's one of the many readers of Candlekeep. Hey there, no done chat. Have a mountain of dishes to tackle. Yep, they certainly love doing their chores here in Candlekeep.
Not a problem.
Actually, go back in there.
Not a problem.
And, is there anything with, actually no people here. And I don't want to, steal, I get caught, I mean, I don't want to steal from people. I don't have any reason to steal from. So, we need to head to the barracks and not only get Drippin's antidote, but also Hull's sword. So it's another errand that we need to deal with. Oh, and 15 gold right off the bat here. And that guard was fortunately looking the other way. And he said the same thing.
I should have joined the army.
He says the same thing that some of the other guards say. There's a barrel over here that doesn't have anything in it. There's a large building over here which is a bunkhouse. If there is anything in here we can take.
I've a blade with your name on it.
And it's another person. Another unfriendly person. You're there. You're Gorion's little whelp, aren't you? Yeah, you match the description. You don't look so dangerous to me. That I am. Do I know you? No, I don't believe you do. I'll not be here long, so it don't matter. You'll not be here long either, so it matters even less. Just thought I'd have a look at you. Pretty face, but I don't see what the fuss is about. No matter, I deliver your skull, and I'm set for
With
life.
ease.
I should warn you that I am armed and heavily dangerous. He's actually pretty quick himself. Not really succeeding too well. But then again, I do have studded leather armor. I don't think he has as much armor as I do. And a quick pierce to his chest means death, and I take his dagger as a trophy, just as I did Shanks. That was Carbos, another assassin who has somehow managed to infiltrate the walls of Candlekeep.
It will be done.
Maybe? I don't think how the monks would like
Something on your
truly
mind?
getting away with getting inside Candlekeep. I'd shouting Rasgast. Are you alright? He's dead, whoever he was. He lunged at me with a knife. Oh, Quran, what is happening to this place? It is not this place, child, it is you thereafter. Gorion is waiting for you on the steps of the central library and wants you to go to him as soon as you've brought what you need at the inn. O Rashgast, I have been your tutor for many years, and only in this moment have I come to doubt that my teachings have not been enough. Go to Gorion, child. It is safe for you here no longer. Indeed it is not. There is another barrow over here that has 8 gold pieces, which now brings our total up to 80. And there is the barracks. Just head inside.
It will be done.
And talk to
I
this
should
man
have
here,
joined the army.
Fuller. He's basically runs the watches. Ugh, what a meat-filled night. That haul is just too much. Poor sap had to go man a gate this morning, too. I don't know how he does it. What can I do for you anyway? Actually, I think Fuller is the right-hand man to the gate warden. I was just wondering if you had any errands I could run. Errands? Yeah, actually, I need a core of crossbow bolts. If you could get some off Winthrop at the inn, I'll reimburse you. Oh, very well, there'll be a few coins in it for you, too, so you can stop giving me that look. Fuller's recovering from last night's mead fest in the barracks. After a little pestering, he agreed to give me a little bit of change if I fetch him a core of crossbow bolts from Winthrop. But we don't want to leave without getting Hull's sword. It's a long sword that we can actually use when we have the proficiency in long swords. These swords are usually referred to as double-edged swords, war swords, or military swords. In many cases, the longsword has a single-edged blade. There is no single version of the longsword. The design and length vary from culture to culture, and may vary within the same culture depending on the era. Among the most common characteristics of all longswords is their length, which ranges from 35 inches to 47 inches. In the latter case, the blade is known to take up 40 inches of the total length. Most longswords have a double-edged blade and a sharp point on the tip. Despite the tip, this longsword is designed for slashing, not thrusting. Statistics: damage 1d8, slashing damage, weight of 4, speed factor of 5, is a large sword, which we don't have proficiency in, and is one-handed, and cannot be used by druids, clerics, and mages. And we also picked up the potion that Drippin needs
Not a
for
problem.
his cow Nessie, or Nessa. I believe it's Nessa. Just do my journal again. Yes, it is Nessa. Always pays to look over my notes. So, I believe that is it for this video. When we return adventurers, I will head over to the Candlekeep Inn and get the crossbow bolts for Fuller here, and then I'll fulfill my other errands here in Candlekeep. As always, until next we meet.